No video, no... Oh, there it is. We have video. Great news. Of course. So it seems like the birds know when a live starts, and they all disappear as soon as the camera starts running. You can see them in the trees, but it's too cold for me to be outside operating the camera. Cool. It's so interesting. There were definitely 100 birds in the yard before I turned this on. They're just not good collaborators. Birds. They won't show up when it's time to be on camera. Well, they're not guaranteed to show up. Sometimes they make their call, sometimes they don't. But the neighborhood dogs are here to bark. They're out there. They're audible. But they're just not willing to show their birdie faces. Just cannot believe none of these chumps have shown their face yet. 6 minutes in. Very disappointing, if I'm being honest. Birds, they do let you down sometimes. But I guess they don't work for me. I mean, they work for me, but they're not my employees. Oh boy. Well, here we go. This is your Carolina chickadee. They're real social leaders. So often, once they show, other birds will start to show up, like the downy woodpecker. Once the chickadees show it's safe, oh yeah, there's the white-breasted nuthatch. It's real mob-focused. A lot of cowards like the dark-eyed junco. There on the left won't show up until... Ooh, there's the white-throated sparrow, who's a migrant. They are not here during the summer, but they are here for the winter. And are sometimes a feeder bird in my yard, which is pretty exciting, if you ask me. Oh yeah, tufted titmice, northern cardinal, here we go. Here come the birds, everybody. A lot of birding is just waiting. What's happening at feeder 2? Any action? No. So we'll come back to the house finches. A fine bird. A lot of people complain about them. We get a lot. But I think they're great little birds. Now, there was a group of at least 50 starlings here earlier, causing chaos at the feeders, and then everybody disappeared, which makes me think maybe a hawk was in the yard. There's a Cooper's who hangs around here, and we've got nesting red-shouldered hawks in the yard also. There's also a dog sitting right here, looking out the patio door at these birds, which I think maybe made them a little nervous. The guys have been bursting out into the yard barking quite a bit today, which I don't think the birds love. Oh boy. Oh, the mourning dove, which is a very... The dove of peace is a little bit of a feeder jerk, I would say. They're pretty aggressive on the feeders. I still think they're cool. It's a very beautiful bird. I mean, they're all cool in their way, even starlings. Even though they do bring a lot of chaos to the feeders, they take what I consider to be more than their share. Oh, nobody over there. Oh yeah, we're getting crowded here. Oh, this is thrilling. A crow. It's very exciting to me, like how much bigger the crows are than all the other birds in the yard. All the other birds that come to the feeder anyway. Oh, look at this guy. That is a beautiful bird, if you ask me. Sure, they might have carrion breath, but I just think they're tremendous. We've got a murder of crows that lives in the neighborhood here. They're always hanging around in the backyard, and they've recently started coming to the feeder since I put up this tray that's out in the middle of the yard. And serving suet balls and whole in-the-shell peanuts. They've become regulars. Oh yes, there's crow 2. Oh, this is exciting. Also got a blue jay yakking out there in the back. That's right, Stacy. The crows, yeah, they eat garbage. They eat the animals off the side of the road. They really, they keep it nice around here. Yep, they're out of here. Here we're back to our mourning dove, who will hang out a long time. Dark-eyed juncos, who are here on the, well, he was there on the right side of the screen. They're also a migrant. They're only here in the winter. And I learned the other day that they are, juncos are where the term snowbird comes from. That's who they were talking about back in the 18th, 19th century when that term appeared. Yeah, there's one. The gray on gray bird. A real live snowbird. Boy, the cardinal looks great. Oh boy, the mourning dove has been shook by a couple of starlings. We'll see if this turns into a mob scene here. Uh-huh. Tell your friends. Free food. Yep, here they come. Oh boy, it's gonna pop off here. Oh god, I can hardly watch. Yeah, the crow was back a second ago. Oh, they're making a mess. Knocking stuff off the board. Andy the dog will be out there later to eat suet pellets and peanuts. Circle of life, you know? I think the starlings are very beautiful birds. Just don't like their personalities. Really, my mom always said the personality is the most important part of making friends. I think that's true, even. Oh, look at this. I am just thrilled with these crows. I dream that someday they'll bring me a shiny object in exchange for all these peanuts I've been putting out. Let's see what this one takes. Really eyeballing it. Oh. This is a joy to me that this bird is here. Suet balls looks like. Yeah, you like it. Oh, that's cool. You can have all you want. You're a big bird. You got a... There's Petey scaring off a crow. He's a real thief of my joy, the dog Petey. Oh, blue jay. What a beauty. A lot of people are saying they're jerks. And that is technically true, but also they're just doing their bird thing, you know? It's just how they evolved. It's tough out there for a bird. Whoa, whole peanut, okay. Not sure about it. Not sure about it, but I'll take 4. Yeah, I think you're fully loaded there. Come on, stay in frame there, brother. You'll hear an occasional growl from off screen. That's Andy the dog, insisting that he be allowed to jump into my lap, but there's a laptop here, brother. Sorry to say. You're out of luck. He sneezed in retaliation. Yeah, he's very annoyed. The lowly house sparrow. Invasive. A lot of people hate them, but again, it's just a bird trying to make a living. He didn't ask to move here 300, 400 years ago. Sort of a vision in red here with the cardinal and the house finch. Oh my god, the squirrel is approaching. Everyone's very upset. Yeah. These guys are out of control. Andy, enough. So I've been going out to the airport most days this week. They've got reports of short-eared owls flying around near the airport on the airport property. I've been down several times to see them. No luck yet, but maybe it'll happen. A man can dream. They seem to still be there, according to eBird. But I have been lucky enough to see a northern harrier in action down there, which is a type of hawk. Seen that bird hunting successfully down there, eating shrews or field mice or something. So that was cool. And you get to watch planes take off and land. I guess that's kind of cool. house finches and house sparrows are gonna turn it into a mob scene here. Hopefully. Thank you, Stacy. I also hope I see the short-eared owls. Ooh, an American goldfinch. Here, center frame in his winter clothes. I think that's a male because you can tell from he's still got the bright yellow face, but in the spring they'll bring out a whole new set of feathers and just look amazing. And they look great now, of course. But one thing I like about bird feeding and getting the birds on the feeder is seeing the relative sizes. Because they seem similar when you see them individually, but you can tell there's a pretty drastic size difference between the house finch and the American goldfinch there. Yet all are finches. Oh, nobody there. I think of the goldfinches as pretty brave. Like, they'll stay on the feeder even when there are birds quite a bit bigger than them dropping in. Which is cool. Got respect for that. I believe that's the red-bellied woodpecker that just scared them all, if you can hear him off screen. I feel like he's thinking about it. Oh yeah, here he comes. Get in there, bro. He's just off screen to the left. Oh, there he went. Shy. Oh, hi, Annika. Thanks for watching the live stream. It's been a minute. But yeah, it's pretty good. The winter feeders do some business, even in the middle of the afternoon here. I'm thinking a lot about bird feeding and like when and how to do it lately, and it's a bit of an irony, I guess. The time when I least want to go outside and fill up the feeders is the time of year when the birds are most appreciative of the food. in the spring and summer, like the feeder activity, I feed all year just because I get a kick out of seeing the birds, but like the activity really falls off when there are a lot of natural food sources available. But coming into January and February, the bird feeders are a real supplement at a time when it's harder for birds to find food. Definitely, oh my goodness, there's a pileated woodpecker on the tree kind of eyeballing the feeders. This will be thrilling if this bird drops in. Thinking hard about it. I know this is the worst kind of content here where I tell you what's off screen and not, doesn't have a camera pointing at it. Boy, I wish you could see it. It's very exciting. Blue jay's cool too. And I do think the house sparrow here is a pretty cool looking bird. I like their goatee, I guess. Their interesting beard. And you can't argue with their success. They sure are good at staying alive and growing their population. You can hear all the stuff hitting the floor of the deck as they knock it off the board. I'd say that that'll be a mess for me to clean up, but I probably won't clean it up. I'd imagine other birds will come along and get that, or a dog will eat it. This pileated is really thinking about it. Bunch of house finches here with the occasional house sparrow mixed in. The house finches have those streaky breasts. The underside of the bird has the stripes, and then the males have the reddish coloring around the head. And the house sparrows have the differently shaped beak, and the males have that brown hood with the black stripe down the face. The females have a really prominent eye stripe. I know that I had, when I was first starting looking at birds, we can hear that pileated tapping on a trunk nearby. Well, good for that bird, being able to find bugs and whatever it's eating in the trees. come the starlings. Oh, chaos. They scared themselves off. Now I will say, oh my goodness, they're going to try this feeder now. I will say a starling is the only bird I've ever seen, like witnessed it being taken off of the bird feeder by a Cooper's hawk. And that was an amazing sight to see. And couldn't have happened to a nicer bird. Pillowcase, this is really live. That very starling is on the feeder right now. That woodpecker's putting a hole in my tree. Live, yeah. Those starlings, once one shows up, the whole family comes to dinner. And then when everything clears out like this and all the birds disappear, this is, to me, it's a sign that a hawk might be nearby, but I cannot see it from where I'm sitting. I think these birds are like any visitors to a buffet restaurant. They've you got to take a break for a while, so they're probably off emptying their crops or caching whatever food they've taken from here. Some of them anyway. Chickadees, blue jays. No squirrel visit. Brian, there was a squirrel just off camera looking, like making eye contact with the dog through the patio door. They are mortal enemies, and Petey the dog won the stare down. The squirrel decided not to climb up to the feeder, and this feeder that's on screen now, the squirrels can access it. So they're often up there, but he decided Petey was too much of a threat. But Petey's inside, the squirrel's outside. Have a peanut, man. Yeah, I feel like we've got a predator in the yard. Something's up. For everybody to clear out at once. I have seen the crows mob the red-shouldered hawk that lives in the yard. They're mortal enemies for sure, and it's cool. Some of the smaller birds even will go after the hawk once in a while. I've seen a house finch trying to get up above the red-shouldered on Well, I guess that tree isn't here anymore. It fell down. But it was interesting to see, like, the ways that they mob these big birds and get above them so that they can't fight them off or catch them in the air. They can do it on the red-shouldered hawk or the red-tailed or even the coopers, but we very rarely have a peregrine falcon around here, and they can't do it on them because they have the capability to like roll over in flight. It's wild. Birds, oh, they're just a joy. I often say it's like the only wildlife, like truly wild part of the world that almost everyone comes in contact with every day. Which I think is cool for being in my suburban yard here. The house finch, yeah. I got a really good picture of him. It was a few years ago, but he was like standing on a branch above the red shoulder, just shouting at him. I assume saying something like, "Get out of here, you." But you know, I don't want to anthropomorphize too much. Just a little. Come on, guys. Let's, well, I can't ask them to risk their lives just to make a more exciting live stream, so we'll just have to trust that they know what they're doing. Sounds like a squirrel is not far from the camera. Yeah, peregrines are cool. I've only ever seen one time, and very briefly. Well, the squirrels don't seem to be afraid, but something's spooking the birds. I can see a cardinal hanging around under the tree. Of course, we hear them. I will say I'm glad I don't live any closer to that train track. It runs right by the other side of my neighborhood. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for stopping in. Social leadership from this house finch. It's like when you're at some kind of family gathering. No one wants to get in line for the food first, and then once someone does, here they come. All the hungry birds. Alright, he just put a whole in-shell peanut into his cooler pouch and got another one. Pretty cool, Blue Jay. Oh, I feel like the starlings are going to come and ruin it for everybody. They're so oily looking when you see them in the sun like this. That sheen is amazing. Keep going. I know you can pack in a lot of peanuts. Yeah, yeah. They just seem so desperate, the starlings. Eating so fast. It's unseemly. I think other birds have better table manners. Starlings. That ran him off. Sort of. He didn't go far. It's kind of nice to see the sun out here. It feels like it's been a long time. That was a pileated woodpecker. Probably the same one that didn't deign to be on camera earlier. Oh. I try not to be annoyed with the starlings, but I really feel like they run everybody else off. Kind of a cool shot there with the lurking male cardinal back in the yew tree and the female up here at the feeder. What's going on with this bird? Is it just an out-of-place feather on the left side? Ugh. Was it like a tick or something? Seems there wouldn't be a tick in the middle of the winter. I think that might have been it for the battery on the camera. Yeah, seems very possible. Oh my god. In which case, with dogs going wild, it's probably about time to wrap up here. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. It was a pleasure. I'll try to do more of these. The squirrel has been hanging out. So here's what happened, Stacy. The starlings knocked a bunch of peanuts off of the board. You could hear them hitting the deck, and now the squirrels are just hanging out on the deck eating the spilled peanuts, which is good. It's nice that they got lunch, but it would have been nice if they would have shown their face on camera. It's fine. We don't have a contract or anything. They're not required to. Well, thanks for visiting the stream. It's been a joy to be here. It's just a pleasure to watch these birds. Yeah, I'll do it again soon. Thanks.